Astro Amigos, welcome back to Astrology with Ninad. In this video, I am going to discuss the detailed monthly horoscope forecast for August 2024. Yes, you heard that right. I am going to give a complete breakdown of all the major areas of life such as career, business, health, finance, education, travel, love life, for all the 12 signs of the zodiac, starting from Aries all the way up to Pisces. Before we get into the prediction part, let us first take a look at the planetary position and transit during this month. Starting with Jupiter, it will be transiting in the sign of Taurus, where it is conjunct with Mars. But on the 26th of August, Mars will transit to the next sign of Gemini. Saturn will be transiting in its own Mool Trikona sign Aquarius all month long. Rahu, the north node of the moon, will be transiting in the sign of Pisces, while directly opposite its counterpart Ketu, the south node of the moon, will be transiting in the sign of Virgo. If we talk about Sun, for the first half of the month, for the first 15 days, it will be transiting in the sign of Cancer. But on August 16, it will move to the next sign, which is Leo, and that is the own sign of Sun. Venus will be transiting in the sign of Leo till about August 24. But on August 25, it will transit to the next sign of Virgo, which is its debilitation sign. Finally, if we talk about Mercury, it will be transiting in the sign of Leo till about August 21. But on August 22, it will move back to the sign of Cancer in a retrograde fashion. So these are the key transit, placement and position of the planets in the month of August. Now let's dive into the prediction part for all the 12 signs. For my Aries Mesha Rasi friends, if we start with the career area, then it is going to be a mostly positive month for you. Just be slightly cautious in the first 2 weeks because Sun's direct enemy aspect is on your 10th house. So try to avoid getting into work related conflicts, especially with the upper management and authority figures. But the last 2 weeks are looking to be quite promising. Your ruler of the career house, Saturn, is transiting in its Mool Trikon in the Labhasthan, in the house of gains, benefits. Jupiter's beneficial aspect is on your career house as well. So you have the full blessings of these two very important planets. So that will ensure your career growth and progress this month, and especially the last 2 weeks can be quite rewarding for you. If you don't have a job, I highly recommend give lots of interviews. Use the first 2 weeks to give those interviews because there is a good chance you could get a job offer in the 3rd or 4th week of this month. So overall, a great month career wise. If we talk about the business area, then the first 3 weeks can be quite good with your sharp decision making ability. You can make some important business related decision for your business and think about how you can be creative and grow and expand your business in the future. You might start to think about potential business partnerships, doing some important business deals, trying to do some collaboration. And if you are thinking about a business partnership, then also it could be fruitful. But try to be very cautious in your business area after August 25 because your business lord Venus will be transiting in its debilitation sign of Virgo. So avoid taking any major business related decision after August 25. If we talk about health area, then overall the health area should be good for the most part. The Lord of your Lagna will be well placed, especially after August 26. It will transit to the third house where it becomes quite powerful. It is a good placement for Mangal. But the enemy aspect of Saturn is on your 8th house, on your ascendant, and the Lord of your 6th house will be retrograding towards the end of the month, where it will move back to the sign of Cancer, which is an enemy sign. So you still need to maintain some caution, take good care of your health. Do not neglect any health issues. If something was to bother you, make sure to drink plenty of water, stay hydrated, eat good nutritious diet, do regular exercise, yoga, meditation, so that your health remains channeled in a positive direction. If we talk about finance area, then the time is looking quite good, especially the first 25 days are looking powerful for you to generate and accumulate good wealth. Money flow is looking strong. Your income source is going to be quite fruitful, and you can get good returns on your investment. But just in the last week, your Lord of the second house will be transiting in its debilitation Rashi, which means that there might be some expenditure on the card. If you are not careful with your investments, there could be some financial losses. Try to avoid taking new loans in the last week of this month if possible, and try not to give out any loans to people as well, especially in the last week of this month, or retrieving that money back might be quite difficult. If we talk about love life, then the last 2 weeks of August are looking quite good for your love life area, because the Lord of your 5th house Sun will be transiting in its own sign of Leo. Now this is a great placement and can create a lot of new opportunities for you to connect with like-minded people, and that is great news for those single people who want to get into a new relationship. But take any decision with a lot of patience, lot of careful decision making, because Saturn's strong direct enemy aspect is on your 5th house, and there will be a mutual exchange of aspect between Sun and Saturn, the true great enemies. But overall, there is going to be some better luck for you in this area in the second half of the month. For those people already in a relationship, avoid getting into any unnecessary arguments, conflicts, and instead try to work things out, because Sun's transit can provide you the opportunity to mend your relationship if something is not going well. If we talk about the marriage area, then it can be quite a good month, especially the first 3 weeks can be quite fruitful for single people who are hoping to get married. They could find a suitable match and things can move quite fast. But in the last week, try not to get married if possible, because again, your Lord of the marriage house will be transiting in the debilitation sign, and that too in the 6th house, which is 12 places away from the 7th house of marriage. So you have to be quite careful in the last week and avoid getting married. If we talk about those people already in a marriage, the time is looking quite good for your love and romance in your married life. It is going to blossom quite a bit. Any missing spark can be certainly reignited. But again, avoid getting into arguments, disputes, quarrels with your spouse after August 25, because Venus transit in the 6th house in its debilitation sign is quite a weak position and quite a sensitive time for married couples. If we talk about higher education, for those students pursuing master's PhD program, the time is looking good for the most part, as long as you avoid distractions, temptations, and you focus solely on your studies. That way you will do great. Finally, talking about travel, in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is looking good for it for the most part. Especially the first 3 weeks are looking quite positive. If you can avoid doing too much short distance travel after August 22, it will be better for you. If we talk about long distance travel journey vacation, the time is also looking good for the most part, and I do not see any major concerns in the same. So I believe I covered all the areas of life for my Aries friends, and I wish you that you have a wonderful month of August. For my Taurus Vrishabha Rashi friends, if we start with the career area first, then it is going to be a fabulous month for you. Reason being, your career lord Saturn is transiting in its own Mool Trikona sign in your career house itself. Saturn is known as a planet which improves the significations and the results of the house it is transiting in over time. And what more to say? This is one of the happiest and most comfortable placements for Saturn in the Upchaya Bhava, in its own Mool Trikona sign, and now in retrograde moment, which makes the effects only better and stronger. So lot of good growth and progress for you this month. So put in the hard work, effort, and sky is truly the limit, because you also have Jupiter, Devguru Brihaspati, the most auspicious planet in your ascendant itself, aspecting your Bhagyasthan, a very powerful placement to give you support of destiny, to improve your luck factor. Rahu in the 11th house, in the Labhasthan. These are some pretty powerful and auspicious placements, and that can ensure your good growth and progress. Just slight caution you will need to maintain in the last 2 weeks of this month, because Sun's strong enemy aspect will be on your 10th house of career, and there will be a mutual exchange of aspect between Sun and Saturn, the two great enemies. So try not to get into conflicts, unnecessary arguments, confrontation with the higher ups, with the upper management, with authority figures, or that could create some issues for you. But overall, it is going to be an exceptional month for those unemployed people to possibly land a new job with a good salary and benefits package. If we talk about the business area, then for the first 25 days, the time is looking quite good. You have the support of your business lord Mars with its direct aspect on your business house, along with great friend Jupiter. So that can help your business to expand, to grow. You can create some new business opportunities for yourself. Do as much networking as you can. Attend social events, attend seminars, conferences, where you can meet new people, engage in intellectual and meaningful conversation, where you can gain knowledge on how you can further grow your business, right? But one thing you need to be aware of is that Saturn's strong enemy aspect is also on your business house, right? The 10th aspect. So if you are running the Saturn Mahadasha or the Antardasha, then you have to be quite careful in your business related decision and business activities. Try not to get into arguments with your business partner if you are in a business relationship, or that could create some unnecessary misunderstandings. Try to be as cordial and polite as possible, and that will go a long way. If we talk about health area, then overall I do not see any major concerns in this regards, and as long as you take good care of your health, you do yoga, meditation, pranayama, dhyana, spend some time in nature, do moderate exercise, eat good, healthy, balanced diet, then your health should remain positive for the most part. If we talk about finance, well, Rahu in your 11th house, what more to say, right? Rahu is first of all a good planet for you. It's good friends with the ruler of your sign Venus. It's transiting in the Labhastan, so it can generate money flow from multiple sources of income. And if we talk about your wealth accumulation, then it is looking good, especially in the first 3 weeks. But after August 22, make sure that you utilize good financial money management techniques, and unnecessary spending should be curbed, and make sure that you are aware of how your money is being distributed in different sources of asset classes. Like if you have invested in portfolios or stock market or cryptocurrency or real estate, whatever you're planning to do, make sure to do the proper research, homework and due diligence. Because if you don't, then there could be some losses. If we talk about love life, then overall the time is now looking good. Jupiter's beneficial aspect is on the 5th house. Venus will also be transiting there in the last week. Venus is the natural karaka of romance, love, but it will be in its debilitation sign along with Ketu. So a relationship from the past might emerge, a person from the past. But if you're single, you might be tempted to jump once again in that relationship. But if it was a toxic relationship, if that relationship was not good for your mental health, then I will say to avoid getting back into such a relationship, because it might not be good for the long run. Instead, you should try now to pursue new people or new matches, and that could be quite good for you in the long run, as long as you take the time to get to know that person well. If we talk about marriage area, then great news for single people hoping to get married. Things could actually finalize in the first 3 weeks, or you can say up till August 25. The time is strongly activated for the marriage area. You have your marriage lord Mars directly aspecting its own marriage house along with Jupiter, which is Digbali. So naturally that is going to create that opening, that opportunity, because your luck factor will certainly support you if you desire to get married. But again, if you are running the Mahadasha, Antardasha of Saturn, then you have to be cautious. There could be some blockages, because Saturn's strong enemy aspect is on your 7th house, right? So if you're running Rahu Mahadasha or any other malefic Mahadasha, then you have to be slightly cautious. For married couples, the time is looking quite good. There is going to be a lot of passion in your married life. If the spark was missing, that can be reignited, and there will be a lot of bonding, lot of memorable time that you will spend with your spouse, and mostly it is going to be a good time that you will experience in your married life. So make the best use of it. If we talk about education in terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's and PhD program, the time is looking quite good throughout the month, a period of progression, good achievement, but avoid getting into any conflicts with your professors, especially after August 16, or that could cause issues for you in your professional life. If we talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is looking good for the most part, and I do not see any issues. If we talk about long distance travel journey vacation, the time is also looking good, especially in the first 2 weeks. So if you have any very important long distance journeys that you need to do, lot of long distance traveling, if you can do that in the first 2 weeks, it will be better than the last 2 weeks of this month. I believe I have covered all the areas of life for my Taurus friends, and I wish you the very best. For my Gemini, Mithun, Rashi friends, if we talk about the career area, then it is going to be a good month for you. Reason being, Rahu, the North Node, is transiting in your career house itself. This is a very powerful placement for such a strong malefic planet like Rahu, because it is a Upchaya Bhava, a growth house, where a planet like Rahu is known to give very good results. But you need to utilize the energies in the right way. What does Rahu signify? It signifies and represents foreign lands, different cultures, different backgrounds, foreigners, outside the box thinking. So you need to start to think creatively, innovatively on how you can add value to your team, to your organization, how you can improve the workplace efficiency, how you need to start to work smarter, not harder. Because if we see the dispositor, the ruler of your career house, Jupiter itself is transiting in the 12th house, along with the lord of your house of gains, the Labhasthan, which is Mangal. So this is a beautiful combination, indicating for those unemployed people, finally their dreams might come true of working in a foreign land. So definitely give lots of interviews, apply to lots of jobs in a foreign country that you always desired, because chance of landing the job is quite high this month. If you're already working in a good company, then there can be a lot of good growth progress, a possible salary increase, a bonus promotion on the cards that might be long overdue, because the lord of your house of gains is in conjunction with the lord of your career house, Jupiter. So especially for those people working in a foreign country, in a good job, you can see tremendous growth and progress this month. So put in your best effort and leave no stone unturned. If we talk about the business area, then same thing. The ruler of your business house, Jupiter, is transiting in the 12th house, the main house of foreign lands. So if you have a business which has any sort of dealings, any sort of connection with foreigners, with foreign countries, with foreign people, with people of different background, culture, race, religion, ethnicity, then there is a strong chance your business can flourish, can generate good profit this month. Your revenues can increase, especially if you have an import-export type of business. You might get a lot of demand for your products. So overall, a great time for the business area, especially if that business has some sort of dealings and connection with foreign lands. If you are in a business partnership, there could be some ups and downs, some disagreements with your business partner. So try to be as cordial as possible. Try to be respectful if you want to maintain your business relationship. If we talk about the health area, then the time till August 25 is looking quite positive, with good exercise, meditation, eating the right food. Your health should be quite fit and healthy for the most part. But just after August 26, do take some care. Do not neglect any health issues, especially acute health issues, because Saturn's strong enemy aspect will be there on your 6th house, and Mars, which controls your 6th house, will transit in your ascendant in the strong enemy sign of Gemini. So try to take care, and especially do not engage in any extreme outdoor adventure sports if possible. After August 26, do not climb too tall of heights without the proper support. If we talk about finance, then overall the financial flow is looking good, especially if you have any foreign investments. If you are working in a foreign country, then the flow of money through that avenue is looking to be stronger. If you are running a business in a foreign land, then also you can generate a lot of wealth that way. But try to save as much money as possible, because the expenses could also be there on the cards, because your 12th house is strongly activated. So there could be some expenditure. If we talk about love life, then the first 3 weeks are looking to be quite good for you to establish a connection with someone through electronic communication, whether it's any dating sites, whether it's through social network, whether it's through your internet use. You could possibly connect with someone, because the Lord of your 5th house is transiting in the 3rd house. So that is a great time to establish rapport with someone. But again, be cautious after August 25, and do not jump into a new relationship without properly knowing that person, because Saturn's strong enemy aspect will be on your 3rd house for the full month, and that is where your 5th lord will be transiting. So you need to be careful, because it will also go in debilitation after August 25. If you are already in a relationship, avoid getting into unnecessary conflicts, arguments. Instead, maintain transparency in your communication so that your relationship remains intact. If we talk about marriage area, then for single people, chance of getting married is seen, but that will be mostly with a person from a different background, race, culture, religion. Especially you could get married in a foreign land with a foreigner that you had been in touch with for a long time. You could think of taking things to the next level and getting married, because the Lord of your 7th house is in deep conjunction with the Lord of your 11th house of gains, desires and wish fulfillment. So basically marriage yoga is there, but in some connection with foreign lands, different culture, different background. If we talk about those couples already married, then they will experience a lot of passion, love, bed pleasure will definitely be on the rise. Lot of passionate moments will be felt, because your marriage lord will be in conjunction with Mars, the fiery planet, the planet of passion, the planet of aggression. But there could be some slight ups and downs in your relationship as well, because your 7th lord is placed 6 places forward from the house it rules, which indicates some disturbance in your relationship. So try to be cordial, respectful, loving and caring towards your spouse, so that the peace, harmony in your married life is maintained. If we talk about education in terms of higher education for those students pursuing master's PhD program, the first 2 weeks are looking quite positive, but in the last 2 weeks, be careful in your overall communication with the higher ups, with your professors. Avoid getting into arguments with them, or that could cause some issues in your educational aspiration. Finally, travel. In terms of short distance travel journeys, be careful throughout the month, although the last 2 weeks will be a bit more supportive. And the same goes for long distance travel journey vacation. As long as you do the proper planning, research, you do not speed and drive, then both short and long distance journey travel should be good for the most part. So I believe I've covered all the areas of life for my Gemini friends, and I wish you all the best. For my Cancer Karka Rashi friends, if we talk about the career area, then the first 25 days are looking to be supportive because your career lord Mars will be transiting in the 11th house, one of the best placements because it is the Labhasthan. It is the house of gains and benefits from your career area because it is placed 2 places away from the 10th house itself. And Mars will also be in conjunction with great friend Jupiter, the planet of expansion, prosperity, happiness, success, luck, destiny. So overall, a good and progressive time is indicated, but after August 26, you do need to maintain caution, avoid taking sudden risky career related decision or sudden hasty decision because your career lord Mars will transit in the 12th house in the strong enemy sign of Gemini, and the debilitated malefic enemy aspect of Saturn will be there on your 10th house of career itself. So you need to maintain some caution after August 26. But till August 26, a lot of opportunities for growth and progress can be seen. So make the best use of it. If we talk about the business area, then now the time is getting better because Jupiter's beautiful protective aspect is on your house of business itself. This is great, but your business lord Saturn is transiting in the 8th house, the Ashtam Bhava. So any business related decision needs to be taken after careful consideration, doing proper due diligence and research. Otherwise, there could be major losses in your business area if you are not careful, because Saturn is a very slow moving planet. So all it asks of you is to take any important decision after giving it a lot of thought, with lot of patience and with lot of careful analysis and due diligence, and then you can be quite successful. If we talk about health area, then it is looking to be good for the most part. I do not see any major health concerns. As long as you do take good care of your health, you are going to be just fine. If we talk about finance, then overall the money flow is looking quite strong. Throughout the month, the lord of your house of wealth will be transiting in the wealth house itself, especially in the last 2 weeks. And then you have Jupiter's blessings in your 11th house. So as long as you use good financial money management techniques, you will be able to save good money and accumulate good wealth in this month. Just avoid risky speculative investments, gambling, betting at all cost. If we talk about love life, then the first 25 days are looking quite good for your love and romantic life. For those people already in a relationship, love, romance, passion is definitely going to be in the air. And for single people, possibility of meeting someone new can also be there. So put yourself out there if you are wanting to get into a new relationship. If we talk about marriage area, then there will be now opportunities for those people wanting to get married. They might find compatible matches, but again, do not rush into anything because your marriage lord Saturn is in the 8th house. So some level of caution, patience needs to be maintained. But overall, if you are running a good Mahadasha, Antardasha, the planetary position in your natal birth chart is supportive, then the time for getting married is also looking to be good. If we talk about married couples, then there can be some ups and downs in the relationship, but as long as you are loving, caring, respectful, towards your spouse, you're going to be loyal, considerate, then your married life will also be maintained in a very positive way, and harmony and balance will be there. If we talk about education in terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's PhD program, you will make excellent academic progress as long as you avoid temptations, distractions, and you put all your energy solely on your studies and educational aspiration. Finally, travel. In terms of short distance travel journey, the time is not looking that great. So be cautious when you embark on too much short distance travel. And in terms of long distance travel journey vacation, as long as you do the proper planning, research on where you want to go, then it is going to be great. Your ninth lord is placed very favorably. So for the most part, it is looking good. But if you can take maybe a friend, colleague, a well-wisher, a family member with you on very long distance journeys, vacation, then it will be better. So I believe I covered all the areas of life for my Cancer Karka Rashi friends, and I wish you all the best. For my Leo Simha Rashi friends, if we start with the career area, then it is going to be a solid month for you. Reason being, your career lord Venus is going to be well placed for at least the first 24-25 days in your ascendant itself, right? And then you have the beautiful combination and conjunction of Guru Mangal Yoga in your 10th house of career itself. Mars, which is a Yoga Karaka planet, will be in Digbali Avastha, directionally strong in your 10th house, along with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, success, abundance, opportunities. So this combination can give you the much needed acceleration and propel you towards success and growth at your workplace, in your professional life this month. Especially use the first 24 days to your advantage because they are looking to be quite promising. But after August 25-26, be a bit more cautious. Do not take any sudden career related decision like changing your job, applying for a promotion, requesting a job transfer, because your career lord Venus will transit in the debilitation sign. So better to be more careful. If we talk about business, then overall the time is looking to be good for the most part. Your business lord is transiting in the business house itself in retrograde movement and can create the stability, the growth and momentum that you need to create more opportunities for your business expansion, growth, profitability, revenue strategy, new business deals, new business strategies, implementation of creative ideas could all be undertaken. But just in the last 2 weeks, if you're in a business partnership with someone, try not to get into unnecessary conflicts, arguments, disputes, because that could cause a sudden break in your business relationship because of the mutual exchange of aspects between Sun and Saturn, the two great enemies. If we talk about health area, then overall, the last 2 weeks of this month are looking to be more supportive for you to regain your vitality, to regain your fitness levels. Your energy will be on the rise as the month progresses because your ascendant lord will return back to its ascendant sign Leo itself. So overall, a month of good progress in concern of health area. Just do not neglect any health issues if something was to bother you, especially in the first 2 weeks, because you cannot ignore the strong enemy aspect of Saturn, which rules your 6th house and is currently aspecting your ascendant. If we talk about finance area, then overall the time is looking quite good. At least for the first 3 weeks, good money flow is indicated, good wealth accumulation, increase in savings. more financial stability can be experienced. But after August 22, there can be some expenses on the cards, some unforeseen expenditures. So make sure to avoid unnecessary expenses and redirect those expenses to where it is actually needed. If we talk about love life, then the time is looking to be good for the most part, and for single people, chance of finding someone could be there, possibly at your workplace. Reason being, your fifth lord Jupiter is transiting in your career house itself in the sign of Taurus, which is basically an auspicious sign, and it is also in conjunction with your ninth lord Mars, the ruler of your Bhagyasthan, right? So there could be some new opportunities that you get along quite well with someone, and then suddenly the sparks could go off, and you both might start developing feelings for each other. It could be mutual, and you could think of taking your friendship to the next level. And for those couples already in a relationship, your relationship will experience a lot of passion, lot of excitement this month, that's for sure, because your relationship lord is going to be conjunct with the fiery planet Mars. But there could be some slight ups and downs, some potential arguments, quarrels here and there. So try to balance that as much as possible. If we talk about marriage area, then a great time for single people who want to get married. Your luck could certainly favor you this month, especially if you are running Saturn Mahadasha, Antardasha. If Saturn is retrograde in your natal chart, it could be a great time for getting married, considering all other things are also supporting that. But overall, the time is looking auspicious for marriage related area. Especially the first 2 weeks are looking to be more favorable. If we talk about married couples, then a lot of stability, harmony, peace can be established in your married life. If there were any issues that can be potentially resolved, use the first 2 weeks to your advantage in clearing out any issues that need to be remedied. If we talk about education in terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's PhD program, the time is looking to be good as long as you are willing to put in the hard work and effort. Without hard work, without consistency, you will not get good grades. You will not achieve your educational aspiration. But if you are willing to walk the long mile, if you are willing to put in all the hard work that is needed without falling prey to any temptations, distractions, you can actually do quite well in your academic area. If we talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journeys, the first 3 weeks are looking good for that. Try to avoid doing that too much in the last week if possible. If we talk about long distance traveling journeys, vacation, the time is also looking good as long as you do your proper research, due diligence, and maybe if you take a friend, a co-worker, a colleague, your family member, a well-wisher with you on very long distance travel, it will be more ideal. I believe I covered all the areas of life for my Leo Simha Rashi friends, and I wish you good luck. For my Virgo Kanya Rashi friends, if we start with the career area for you this month, then it is going to be a good month, especially for those people working in a foreign country, because the ruler of your career house, Mercury, for the most part is going to be transiting in the 12th house, right? So for those people who don't have a job and who are always desiring to work in a foreign land, this month can give you the opportunity for the same. So apply to lots of jobs and give interviews with foreign related companies, because there is a good chance you could land a new job with a good salary and benefits package in a foreign country, or even if you are in a home country and that company has basically its roots in a foreign land, then that can also work for you. If we talk about the business area, then the dispositor Jupiter is transiting in the Bhagyastan, which is quite good because it is also in conjunction with Mars, its great friend. So the Guru Mangal Yoga is positive. But you cannot ignore that Rahu, the North Node, is in your 7th house. So any business related decision needs to be taken with caution, with utmost patience, with lot of due diligence, market research and analysis. Because Rahu is Brahm, it is Maya, it is a mirage. So it many times shows a flowery picture, right? But in reality, it is something very different. So you not need to rush into anything. You need to take your time, and that way you will safeguard and protect yourself from any business financial vulnerability. If we talk about health area, then it is looking to be good for the most part. Although for some people there could be some medical expenses on the cards, but it can be for the better. It can help you to recover, to regain your energy and fitness levels. Because Saturn's transit in the 6th house is naturally going to help you to recover from health issues and become fighting fit. Just try not to ignore any chronic health issues if something was to bother you, and make sure to get that checked up in a timely manner. If we talk about finance, then again, the same theme I am seeing here is that the Lord of your wealth house is transiting for the most part in the 12th house of foreign lands. So there can be some monetary benefits, some gains if you are working in a foreign land, or if you are doing a business with foreign connection, or if you have any investments foreign related, then financially you could benefit. But overall, try not to make any major risky financial investments this month and try to play it a bit safe. If we talk about love life, then overall the time is looking better now because Jupiter's beneficial aspect is on your 5th house and Jupiter controls your 7th house. So it's a good aspect. It can create some new opportunities for single people to connect with someone. But if we talk about those people already in a relationship, then there can be some arguments here and there, some ups and downs, because the 5th Lord Saturn will be transiting in the 6th house of arguments, enemies, lawsuits. And in the last 2 weeks, Sun and Saturn will exchange aspects and they are great enemies. So there will be a lot of pressure on the 5th Lord. So try to avoid getting into too much conflicts with your partner. If we talk about marriage area, then overall again Jupiter is now in a favorable placement, much better than the 8th house position. So as a single person you could get some opportunities, marriage related, but you have to take your time, make sure to properly know that person before taking the plunge, before taking the next step, because Rahu is in your 7th house. And especially if you are running the Rahu Mahadasha, Antardasha, if Rahu is not well placed in your natal chart, then you have to be even more cautious. But Rahu in the 7th can also signify marrying someone from a very different background from yours, very different culture, race, religion, ethnicity, maybe even a foreigner. So Rahu represents that. If you're already in a marriage, then it should be good for the most part. Some long distance traveling, vacation journeys can do good for your married life to improve the bonding, love and romance. But make sure to stay loyal to your spouse and to be committed in your married life. Because if you stray away from your marriage, if you do something behind your spouse's back, then that can have some detrimental consequences in the future. If we talk about education in terms of higher education for those students pursuing masters and PhD program, the time is looking to be good for the most part. And as long as you avoid temptations, distractions, you can do very well in your academics. If we talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking good for the most part, especially the first 25 days are looking quite good. And in terms of long distance travel journey vacation, the time for the first 24 days is looking exceptional, so you can certainly embark on the same. So I believe I covered all the areas of life for my Virgo friends, and I wish you the best. For my Libra, Tula, Rashi friends, if we start with the career area, it is going to be a good month for you. Reason being, Sun, Venus, Mercury are going to strongly activate your 11th house, the Labastan, the gains and benefits from your career area. And on top of that, you have Rahu, the North Node, transiting in the 6th house, Upchaya Bhava, which can give you the much needed growth and success at the workplace. It can give you a good work-life balance, a lot of happiness and satisfaction from the daily work or job that you do. And this can enable you to think smarter, work harder, and kind of elevate your position in your daily job. So a great time for professional life this month, so make the best use of it. If we talk about the business area, then this month especially, the first 26 days are looking to be a bit weak because your 7th Lord Mars will be transiting in the 8th house, the Ashtam Bhava, and the debilitated enemy aspect of Saturn will also be on your house of business, which means you have to be extremely cautious. You have to think twice, thrice before implementing any major business related decision. If you are in a business partnership, avoid conflicts at all costs. Otherwise, it can damage your business relationship and even possibly break the business partnership. If we talk about the health area, then overall the time is looking good for the most part. At least for the first 24-25 days, your health will remain very positive. But in the last week, it is going to be a bit more sensitive because your ascendant Lord will transit in the debilitation sign of Virgo, which means there could be some medical expenses, some expenditure on the card, but it can be to help you get back on track and to regain your energy levels. If we talk about finance, then overall the financial flow is looking strong throughout the month, especially from your career area. There will be good inflow of money. Possible chance of a bonus, promotion or salary increment cannot be ruled out either. But just try to save your money because making too much risky financial investments can be costly. If we talk about love life, then the time is looking to be good for single people to potentially connect with someone because Venus, the natural planet of romance, love, pleasure, will be aspecting your 5th Lord, which is great news for single people to potentially connect with someone. Those people already in a relationship, try not to get into arguments, disputes, quarrels in the last 2 weeks when Sun and Saturn will mutually aspect each other, as that can cause some strain on the relationship front. If we talk about marriage area, then this entire month is not really that good to get married. If you have to, then better to do it after August 26, when your marriage Lord Mars will transit to the Bhagyastan, but definitely not before then. If we talk about married couples, it is going to be a bit of a testing time this month. Some ups and downs will be felt. Lack of passion, lack of connection can be felt, especially in the first 3 weeks. So try to be cordial, respectful, loyal, caring towards your spouse so that your marriage can be maintained in a positive way. If we talk about higher education, in terms of those students pursuing master's PhD program, the time is looking mostly good throughout the month. As long as you put in the hard work, you will do great in your academics. Finally, travel. In terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is not that great. If you have the option of doing a work from home job, it will be better for you. Even a hybrid type position might be better than constantly traveling, frequently traveling back and forth. Or if you are thinking of getting a sales position which requires a lot of short distance travel, then better not to do it at this point. If we talk about long distance travel, journey, vacation to foreign lands, then the time is looking good for the most part, and I do not see any major concerns. So I believe I covered all the areas of life for my Libra friends, and I hope you have a wonderful month of August. For my Scorpio Vrischika Rashi friends, if we talk about the career area first, then it is going to be a promising month, especially in the last 2 weeks. Reason being, your career Lord Sun is finally going to transit in the career house itself, and that can give you the much needed boost, momentum, and can propel you towards the path of success. But do not forget that the strong direct enemy aspect of Saturn is still going to be there on your career house and eventually on Sun. So what does that mean for you? Well, for one, if you are a manager or a supervisor, right, and if you have a lot of people working under you, if you have subordinates, treat them with kindness, with respect, and that way I do not see that there will be any major concerns. But if you treat people with disrespect, then that could cause some issues at the workplace. If you don't have a job, you're unemployed, then try to maximize the last 2 weeks to your advantage. Give as many interviews as possible, as there is a decent chance you could possibly land a new job with a good salary and benefits package, because your career Lord Sun will be in Digbali Avastha in the last 2 weeks. It will be directionally strong, and its eventual transit will be to the 11th house, the Labhasthan. So overall, a progressive month in terms of career. If we talk about the business area, then the auspicious Guru Mangal Yoga is there in your house of business itself, which can provide you with some good opportunities to implement some new business strategies, strike down some new business deals. You can think on how you can defeat and overcome your competition, how you can rise on top, because Mars Mool Trikon is in your 6th house. So this is quite a good combination, and the ruler of your business house, Venus, is also going to be transiting in the 10th house for the most part, which is also connected to the commerce area to an extent. So overall, a good time for business area is seen. If we talk about health, then overall, the health area is going to be good at least for the first 25 days. You will have good energy levels and you will feel fighting fit to do whatever needs to be done. But after 26th August, be slightly careful. Do not neglect acute or chronic health issues if something was to bother you, because Saturn's strong enemy aspect on your 6th house and the transit of your ascendant Lord Mars to the 8th house can be a bit sensitive. So take care of your health, especially after August 26. If we talk about finance area, then overall the money flow should be quite decent throughout the month. There is chance of getting a possible salary bump at your workplace. With your hard work and effort, there could be possible bonus, and overall the financial area is looking to be strong, and if you make the proper investments, then you can yield good returns from those. If we talk about love life, then single people do need to be a bit careful before jumping into a new relationship, because Rahu, the Mayavi planet, the planet of illusion, deception, is transiting in your 5th house. So for those people already in a relationship, because their fifth lord is transiting in the seventh house, which is Jupiter, they might suddenly think of getting married to that individual. But that could be only a mirage, because your expectations might not match reality when that happens, because Rahu is in the fifth house. So Rahu is a planet of obsession. So do not obsess over it. Take your time. You do not need to rush into anything, and think twice, thrice before taking a major leap. If we talk about married life, then overall, there can be some good opportunities for single people to getting married with a compatible partner. And for those people already married, the love, romance, passion, optimism, happiness will definitely be experienced in your married life for the most part. If we talk about education in terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's PhD program, the time is looking good. As long as you're willing to put in the hard work and effort, you will make excellent academic progress. And in terms of travel, short distance travel is going to be good for the most part, especially in the first 2 weeks. And in terms of long distance travel, journey, vacation, the time is also looking to be quite good, as long as you do your proper research and due diligence before embarking on major long distance journeys. So I believe I covered all the areas of life for my Scorpio friends, and I wish you the very best. For my Sagittarius, Dhanu Rashi friends, if we discuss the career area first, then it will be mostly a mixed bag result. The slight drawback is that your career lord Mercury will be transiting in the 9th house for the most part of the month, and that is 12 places away from the 10th house of career that it rules. Whenever a planet is transiting 12 places away from a house that it controls, can cause some disturbance and obstructions connected to the significations of that house. And after August 22, it will transit back to the 8th house in the enemy sign of Cancer, which is even more troublesome. So the possibility of even losing a job can be there, or sudden unexpected job situation can arise. But the good part is that Jupiter, the lord of your Lagna, the ruler of your ascendant, it is transiting in the 6th house from where it is aspecting your career house itself, which is a saving point. It is a big blessing. So even though there might be a sudden job loss, for example, you can get a new job in the coming days, which can be better for you in the long run. As the saying goes, whatever happens, happens for the best. So you need to have trust in the higher power and know that the Lord of your ascendant is completely on your side with its full blessings on your career house. So have the confidence and stay positive. If we talk about the business area, then this area is looking to be much better than the career area as discussed before, because your business lord Mercury is going to be transiting in the Bhagyastan. So with your hard work, effort, parakram, you can do quite well to grow your business area and to achieve decent success. But after August 22, be quite cautious in regards to taking any major business related decision, because if you are not careful, there could be sudden unexpected business financial losses. If we talk about health, then overall the health area is looking to be good for the most part, as long as you take good care of your health, do moderate exercise, yoga, meditation, pranayama, your health should be channeled in the right way for the most part. If we talk about the finance area, then overall the time is looking to be decent and there will be good money flow throughout the month. Just make sure to invest wisely, avoid major risky speculative investments due to Saturn's enemy aspect on the 5th, and that way you will protect and safeguard your financial security. If we talk about love life, then overall the month is not that great for single people to get into a new relationship, because the Lord of your fifth, Mars, will be transiting in the sixth, and the strong debilitated enemy aspect of Saturn will be on your fifth house. So better to take it easy this month if possible. And for those people already in a relationship, there might be some ups and downs, some arguments, quarrels here and there. So try to minimize that as much as possible so that your relationship is not unnecessarily damaged. If we talk about marriage area, for single people hoping to get married, this month can be quite good, especially in the first 3 weeks. So you can certainly look into that, but definitely avoid getting married after August 22 if possible. If we talk about married couples, then long distance traveling might be on the cards, like a vacation, which can renew the energy in your married life and, increase the bonding, love, harmony, peace in your marriage. But after August 22nd, there could be some sudden unexpected challenges in your married life that you might have to face. So try to maintain clear, transparent and open communication to minimize any major issues. If we talk about higher education, in terms of those people thinking of pursuing a master's PhD program or who are already in such a program, can do good for the most part, especially in the last 2 weeks, as the Lord of the ninth will be transiting in the ninth house. But again, there will be some pressure on the ninth house due to Saturn's direct enemy aspect. So make sure to avoid any sort of, rule breaking. Instead, stay focused on your studies, and that way you will do great. Finally, in terms of travel, short distance travel journeys are looking quite good in the first 2 weeks, while in the last 2 weeks, if you can avoid doing too much of that, it will be better for you. And the same goes for long distance travel journey vacation. The first 2 weeks are looking more favorable for the same as compared to the last 2 weeks, where there will be a mutual enemy exchange of aspect between Saturn and Sun. But as long as you do your proper research, analysis, due diligence before embarking on major travel, you should be fine. I believe I covered all the areas of life for my Sagittarius friends, and I hope you have a terrific month of August. Thanks. For my Capricorn Makar Rashi friends, if we talk about the career area this month, then it is going to be a mixed result. There might be some ups and downs. Reason being, your career lord Venus will be transiting for the first 24 days in the 8th house, which is a strong Dustana Bhava. And then it will transit to the 9th house, but in its debilitation sign of Virgo. So when it is in the 8th house, for some people, if they are really running a good Mahadasha, Antardasha, then there could be sudden, unexpected, better changes at the workplace, like a bonus, promotion, salary increment, job transfer to a desired location. But for other people who are maybe not running a good Mahadasha, Antardasha, Venus is quite malefically afflicted in their natal chart, then that could cause sudden unexpected challenges that will need to be faced. So I will say avoid making major career related decisions this month. Instead, try to stick with the status quo and try to play it as safe as possible this month. If we talk about the business area, then overall, again, there might be some ups and downs that you might have to face, because as you can see, your 8th house will be strongly impacted by 4 planets: Venus, Mercury, Sun, and then Saturn's direct strong enemy aspect on the 8th house. The 8th house is the gains from your business activity. So again, take careful, calculated decision. Think twice, thrice before implementing strategic business initiatives, and instead just try to do what you have been doing for the last several months. Try not to get into a new business partnership. Try not to lock down new business deals. Try not to get into new collaborations this month if possible. If we talk about health area, then overall, since your Lagnesh Saturn is quite well placed, I do not see any major health concerns. Although, try not to ignore any acute health issues, especially in the first 3 weeks, and make sure to consult your healthcare provider in a timely manner if something was to bother you. If we talk about finance, then overall the financial flow is looking to be good for the most part. You will be able to save money, and as long as you not throw caution to the wind in regards to your financial and money management investments, you will do just fine in the finance department. If we talk about love life, then for single people, Jupiter's presence along with Mars can provide some sudden new opportunities to connect. But since Mars is a fiery planet, try not to take a sudden rash decision when it comes to getting into a new relationship, because your 5th Lord Venus will be transiting in the 8th house and then in its debilitation Rashi. So caution needs to be maintained in the love life department this month, and the same goes for couples who are in a romantic relationship. Overall, there will be a lot of passion, love, romance that will be felt due to the auspicious Guru Mangal Yog in your 5th Bhava, but you cannot ignore the placement of your 5th Lord. So try not to get into too much arguments, quarrels with your partner, or that could cause sudden problems in your relationship. If we talk about marriage, then the time is looking somewhat mediocre for single people to getting married. If your overall natal birth chart is supporting that, if you're running a very good Mahadasha, Antardasha, then it can certainly fructify for you. And for those already married couples, for the most part, will have a harmonious and peaceful married life, and I do not see any major concerns in the same. If we talk about education in terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's PhD program or who are seeking admission, this month is going to be extremely hard for the same. You will need to put in a lot of hard work, study, commitment, effort in your academic aspiration, and that is the only way you will do fine. But otherwise, if you are distracted, if you fall prey to temptations, then it is going to be a tough month for you academically. If we talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is looking good as long as you do not speed and drive your vehicle. In terms of long distance travel journey vacation, the time is not looking good throughout the month. So if you can avoid embarking on major long distance travel this month, it will be better for you. So I believe I covered all the areas of life for my Capricorn friends, and I wish you the best. For my Aquarius Kumbha Rashi friends, if we talk about the career area first, then it is going to be quite a good month for you. A month of relief, a month of progress, and a month of achievement. Reason being, you will have the full blessings and support of your career lord at least for the first 25 days, because Mars will be transiting in the 4th house from where it will directly aspect its own house of career, and that will be a very directionally strong aspect. It is also in conjunction with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, success, luck factor, destiny, opportunities, right? So you will be able to make a lot of headway at your workplace, rise in your professional life. If you don't have a job, I highly recommend keep applying and give lots of interviews, because there is a strong chance you can land a new job with a good salary and benefits package this month. Just do not ignore the fact that Saturn, your Lagnesh, although it is placed quite well, its strong enemy aspect is on the 10th house. So if you are especially running Saturn Mahadasha, Antardasha, then you have to be quite careful and avoid making sudden, hasty, career-related decisions. Instead, you will need to play it safe. But overall, if you are running a good Mahadasha, let's say of Jupiter, of Mars, then sky is the limit as to how much you can achieve professionally this month. If we talk about business area, then good progress is seen in this domain as well, especially in the last 2 weeks when the Lord of your business house, Sun, will transit back to its own house of business. So naturally it will strengthen its significations, open up some new opportunities for potential business growth, expansion, collaboration, important meetings, strategy discussion with your business partner. Just make sure to not take any sudden hasty decision when it comes to, signing a new deal, taking a financial loan, or making any important business transaction, because Saturn's strong enemy aspect is still on your 7th house. And in the last 2 weeks, there will be a mutual exchange of aspects between the two great enemy planets, Sun and Saturn. If we talk about health, overall the health area is looking to be good for the most part. You will be fighting fit this month. Your stamina levels will be good. Your energy levels will be on the rise. You will feel robust. Your vitality will be, at an all-time high, because your Lagnesh Saturn is transiting in the ascendant itself. That too in its Mool Trikona in a retrograde moment, which is a big blessing for Aquarius people. If we talk about love life, then overall the time is also looking quite good, especially those couples in a relationship. They might actually think of taking the relationship to the next level and even getting married, because your 5th lord will be transiting in the 7th house in the friendly sign of Leo. So that is great news, and possibility of relationship being converted to marriage is also senior. And for single people, chances of connecting with someone is also there. If we talk about marriage area, for single people hoping to get married, the time is going to be quite good, especially in the last 2 weeks where the dispositor of the 7th house will be strongly transiting in the 7th house itself. That will be a huge blessing. And for married couples, good peace, harmony, love, romance, passion is indicated as the month progresses. Just avoid unnecessary bickering, argument, quarrels with your spouse, and that will maintain the balance and harmony and peace in your married life. If we talk about higher education in terms of those people pursuing master's PhD program, the time will be good, especially for the first 24 days where your hard work and effort will pay off. And just avoid any sort of temptation, distraction, because after 25th of August, it will be quite a tough time, because your 9th lord will be transiting in its debilitation sign in the 8th house. So you will need to be very, very focused if you want to achieve good grades. If we talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is looking okay. Not too great, not too bad. Just make sure that you do not speed and drive your vehicle. You drive with caution. In terms of long distance traveling, journey, vacation, the first 3 weeks are looking good, while the last week is not looking supportive at all. So if you can refrain from major long distance journeys in the last week, it will be better for you. I believe I covered all the areas of life for my Aquarius friends, and I thank you for watching. For my Pisces Meen Rashi friends, if we discuss the career area for you this month, it is going to be a solid month for you. Professionally, you will do just great. Reason being, your career lord Jupiter is transiting in the 3rd house, from where it is aspecting your Bhagyastan, the house of destiny, luck, and it is also aspecting your 11th house, the house of gains and benefits from your career area. It is also in conjunction with great friend Mars, creating Guru Mangal Yoga, and Mars Mool Trikon is in your Dhanasthan, in your house of wealth, which indicates there could be a lot of benefits for those people who have experienced sluggishness. There could be sudden positive changes, a salary hike, bonus, promotion that might be long overdue can be on the cards. Some people might also get their job transferred to a desired location that they were always seeking. For those people who don't have a job, I highly recommend keep applying and give lots of interviews, because there is a strong chance you can land a new job with a good salary and benefits package, and that can also have a very good work-life balance, because Mercury, Venus, Sun will be transiting in your 6th bhava in the last 2 weeks, which is great news and can give you a lot of happiness and satisfaction with the work you do and increase your productivity manifold. If we talk about business area, then overall the time is not looking that great this month. You need to maintain caution and avoid taking any major risky business related decision, because your business lord Mercury will be transiting 12 places away, and that too in the Trig Bhava, and then in a retrograde fashion it will move back to the sign of Cancer, which is a strong enemy sign. Although the beneficial aspect of Jupiter is on your 7th house, you still need to be overall wary, alert in your business activity, and try to play it as safe as possible. If we talk about health area, then overall I do not see any major concerns. Just make sure you have a good nutritious diet. Make sure to eat healthy balanced meals, and that way your health will remain positive for the most part. Joining a nice fitness program, or maybe a dance class, or any intramural sports can do wonders for your physical fitness. If we talk about finance area, then the time is looking quite good, and especially if you are working in a foreign country, or let's say if you are in your homeland, we're working for a country that has its home base in a foreign land, then you can get a lot of good growth and progress from there. Your wealth accumulation can be generated from your foreign investments and even through your past speculative investments. So overall, the time is good for the most part in terms of the financial area. Just try not to take any major risky financial decision. Avoid major risky speculative investments like cryptocurrency, penny stocks, gambling, betting, or you could suddenly lose money, because Rahu is transiting in your ascendant, which can sometimes impair the decision making process. If we talk about love life, then overall the time is looking good for single people to search for potential matches if they are seeking a new relationship, and for those couples already in a relationship, the time is looking to be good for the most part and no concerns are seen. If we talk about the marriage area, for single people hoping to get married this month, it should be avoided as much as possible unless you are running an exceptional Mahadasha, Antardasha. If your natal birth chart is supporting that, then it might be okay. But based on the planetary alignment I'm seeing, it is better not to get into a marriage this month. If we talk about married couples, there could be some hardships, some ups and downs that they might have to face, because the marriage lord will be transiting in the 6th house of arguments, lawsuit, litigation, disputes, quarrels, enemies. So you have to try to be cordial, respectful, caring, loving towards your spouse, so that the balance, harmony and peace in your relationship can be maintained. If we talk about higher education, for those students pursuing master's PhD program, it will be a month of good progress and achievement for the most part. So give it your best, as the time is looking quite good for your academic aspiration. Finally, travel. In terms of short distance travel journey, The time is looking good for the most part, especially the first 24 days or so are looking fine. Try not to travel too much after August 25 as your third lord will be debilitated. If we talk about long distance traveling, journey, vacation, the time is looking good for the most part as long as you do your careful due diligence analysis before you embark on major long distance travel. You will be just fine. So I believe I covered all the areas of life for my Pisces Meen Rashi friends. I thank you for watching and all the best.